Have you ever felt yourself struggling to be true to the person you are? Trying to follow a dream that will make you happy, but fearing what others will say or how they will react? In this story, we follow our main protagonist, Marcel, a timid and reclusive young man struggling to tell his colorful and outrageous family how he really feels. All he wants is to break out of the respected family business to follow his own dream. This story follows themes of family, happiness, and security, as Marcel learns that in order to be truly happy, one must be their authentic selves, no matter the cost. This unique comedy drama centers around an initially distant character, one that sticks out like a sore thumb amongst the talent and positivity of his family. He comes from a long lineage of clowns dating back 4 generations, and such descent piles an incredible amount of pressure on young Marcel and his siblings. Marcel, however, is not a good clown, perhaps even the worst ever. This is because he actually wants to pursue his dream of becoming a mime. But what he wants is not always what's easiest. In order to forever lay to rest the clown garments, he must break the news to his family, something he's been struggling to do for years from fear of being outcast. At the start of the story, we find Marcel sitting alone in a crowded bathroom, staring into the mirror. His face is painted, but he's missing his red nose. His family rushes around him, preparing for the carnival performance in half an hour. They then leave and rush to the car so they can make it to the carnival on time, but Marcel doesn't follow them. The face of his friend Pierre the Mime appears at the window. They have a playful conversation, but one that still holds a lot of emotional weight, and Marcel explains that he can't find his nose. This creates the catalyst that sets up the story. Pierre jokingly suggests an ultimatum. If Marcel finds his nose, he will remain a clown, and if he doesn't, then he will tell his family what he wants, once and for all. Marcel decides to take the suggestion and run with it, despite Pierre's backpedaling, telling him that he can't let his silly nose make the significant decision for him. Marcel, trying his best to search for the nose, moves to the house's cluttered prop room looking for it, when his sister walks in looking for face paint. While the two tear apart the shelves, she comments on his last performance to fill the air, mentioning outright that it wasn't very good. Marcel stays silent, intent on the search, and not wanting much to converse with his peppy sister. She finds what she's looking for, and on her way out, stops at the door and offers to help him rehearse. This moment sets up an opportunity for Marcel to be honest and tell his truth. However, his fear of rejection and disappointing his family get in the way, so he just sighs and agrees to the help. Marcel then goes to look in his shared bedroom when his father walks in, telling him to hurry up because they need to leave. In this plot point, Marcel's fears are externalized by the father, who pulls his striped shirt out of an open drawer and makes a harmful passing joke about mimes. At the climax of the story, he finds his nose under his bed. The world seems to stop as he does not reach out to grab it. He freezes and stares. He snaps back into it when he hears the car horn sound from outside, and he chooses to leave the nose where it is. His decision is made. Marcel runs outside to tell his father, and ultimately his whole family, that he wants to be a mime, unsure of how they'll react, but determined to follow his heart. Will Marcel finally stick to his word, or lack thereof, and break the news to his family? Will these wild clown fanatics even support him in his dreams? Or will they simply toss the aspiring mime to the carnival curb? You'll just have to wait and see who gets the last laugh. Marcel's journey begins with a straightforward external goal of having to find his nose before his time is up, and his family leaves for the carnival. If he doesn't find it, then he'll miss the show and let down his family. In the big picture, the stakes end up being more than just will he or won't he find it, but rather his willingness to choose between his family and his happiness, while reasonably worrying that he's going to lose one in the process. His internal conflict being that he wants it all, his family and his happiness, but he feels like he has to choose because he perceives a lack of support from his family. At the start of the story, Marcel is scared, shy, and feeling like he can't be himself and be accepted. He realizes through the events of the day that to be happy, he must be honest with himself and his family, who maybe aren't the villains he's made them out to be. This arc reinforces the idea that we as humans often create our own obstacles and fears, and that in order to be happy, we need to be brave enough to face them and be true to ourselves.